What up, YouTube? I'm back. So, my bad if this review is late today. I had some things to do, but it was a pretty good episode. It wasn't as action packed as it was in last week's episode, but it was really good. There was a lot of story development and everything like that. So, let's get right to it, man. In today's episode, we got to see Sinon. In last week's episode, it was Leafa, and in today's episode, it was Sinon. She didn't really fight, but she had a really good discussion with Alice. When she went where she was supposed to be there to help Berkuli and Alice defeat Lord Vecta, but obviously she wasn't there in time. But she had a really great discussion with Alice talking about Berkuli's sacrifice and Kirito's sacrifice to basically save Alice. I thought that they had a great discussion because Alice was kind of saying that what Berkuli did basically was for nothing because Lord Victor, the real human behind this avatar, isn't really dead. He can come back whenever the hell he wants. So the discussion that Sidon had with Alice, I thought was great because it kind of opened Alice's eyes a little bit because of what Kirito and Berkuli did for her, so I thought that was a great scene between these two. Anyway, we got to see those two. It's been a while, obviously since the first part of the Alicization War of Underworld season, it's been a while. It's been months since, so I can't really remember their names, but they were great characters. I remember when they fought, it was a great ass fight, and I really liked that scene too between these two because they kind of saw what they kind of are what they needed their whole life. The Integrity Knight needed someone to love, and she actually kind of fell in love, and the same thing for the guy, so I thought that was a great scene, and at the end of that scene we saw the troops from the dark forces arrive to basically fight them. So I'm wondering what will happen with these two. Hopefully they'll stay alive, but I really don't think that they'll survive that moment. There was another scene with Azuna and Klein, that I thought was pretty funny. She basically said to Klein to go see Kirito and tell some of his, old jokes so that Kirito can basically tell him to fuck off because his jokes aren't usually that funny, So I thought that was a pretty good scene between these two. But also after that, they saw a guy with a cloak, and they basically said that he's the leader of the Laughing Coughing guild that was in the first season of Sword Art Online, and they were kind of terrified. Their facial expression told us how scared they were of that dude. So we're gonna see how strong he really is because Azuna and Clan were really kind of scared and surprised that he was there. So I can't wait to see what's going on with him and why they're so scared of him. Obviously he was the leader of the Laughing Coughing guild in Sword Art Online, but it's crazy, man. These two are really, really strong, so I can't wait to see what's going on with him. So we got introduced to some new characters. I didn't write their names because I didn't think they would be that important in the story, but we'll have to see. That dude right there was South Korean, and he's one of the characters that we were introduced to. And then he was talking to another girl. I don't remember her name either, but she was Chinese, So what we learned in this week's episode is that a lot of the dark forces right now are people from China and South Korea, not just Americans and Japanese. So that was kind of interesting. There was a lot of them, so that's crazy. And we all know that China has the most populated is the most populated country in the world, so that's how much they are. Obviously it's not all of them, but it's a lot of them. So yeah, man, that was kind of crazy that China and South Korea were in the underworld. It was kind of fun to react to and to see. But yeah, we'll definitely see if these two characters that we were introduced to in this week's episode will be important, because I thought that their design were pretty good. So I'm thinking that they're probably going to be important, but we'll see. Anyhow, what happened at the end of the episode was kind of crazy. Obviously, the guy who had the Lord Vector avatar came back in his own avatar that I think he has usually in other games, and he looked powerful as hell. He had a sword, and it seems like he had a kind of power that could hurt Sinon, and the way that he appeared in the underworld with all that goo and that kind of monster that he's on was crazy. So in last week's episode, he basically said to prepare this avatar, and we were wondering what avatar that was, and it seems like that avatar is really, really strong, and it seems that's how he'll fight Kirito, at the end of the season. But yeah, man, he's gonna be, it seems like he's even more powerful than he was when he had the Lord Vector avatar. So we'll have to see, man, because man, he seems really, really strong, and it seems like Sinon was in danger. So yeah, man, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I love that shot of Klein and the black dude that I don't remember the name, my bad, my guy, but I love that shot because they were kind of protecting Azuna, because Azuna went on her knees and was coughing blood, so she's been working a little bit too hard. So they came in and basically defeated a bunch of Dark Forces army, so that was kind of cool. We also got to see other characters like this one right there. I think that he's actually the dude from the Ordinal Scale movie, but with a kind of different avatar, obviously, because the Ordinal Scale movie was them in the real world. But I think that's the dude, because I remember before the kind of hiatus between the two part of Sword Art Online War of Underworld, we saw a dude with a little you know human being on his shoulder, so I'm kind of thinking that he's the dude that was in Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale movie. So we'll have to see. I can't wait to see more of him, because I think he's going to be kind of a big part of what's going to happen at the end of this arc. And to finish with this review, we saw that Higa was trying to help Kirito and kind of reconstruct his floodlights, and he was going with another dude that I really didn't trust since the beginning, since he volunteered himself in last week's episode, and I knew that that thing was gonna happen. I don't know why he's doing that. Maybe he wants to survive and give Iga to the enemy, but we'll have to see. But I knew that there was gonna be a traitor in the ranks. One of the things that I hate the most in movies and animes and anything is traitors, so one of the scenes in anime that I loved to hate is in Attack on Titan, when Reiner and Bertold basically transform into their Titan form to take Eren, and that's they're traitors, so that's one of the things that I hate the most in anime. But I knew that was going to happen, and we'll have to see what's gonna happen in next week's episode. But let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is gonna happen next. I do Sword Art Online reviews every Saturday, so subscribe for that. But I also do other anime related things like God of High School reviews on Mondays. I do One Piece reviews on Saturdays, and then I do Boruto Naruto Next Generation reviews on Sundays. I'm still thinking about doing Black Clover reviews, because from what my brothers said, they said that it was in a filler arc right now, so I'm not sure that I'm gonna review the anime, but we'll see. Like, comment, subscribe, it would help my channel a lot, and follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram, man. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.